Good morning. Hi Emma.
Morning, everyone.
Morning and welcome to our second part of our bite-size series. We're going to get started. We'll just let some more people join.
Yeah, we've still got a few people trickling in.
Yep. And how are you today?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Lovely sunny day over here. How about you?
It is very sunny over here as well, and it's also nearly the end of the school holidays. So coming back to all that rush around.
I forget about the school holidays, like only being a dog mum. I don't really think about them. Then it's
Right.
only when people say, I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, we'll just give it a couple more seconds, just wait for a few more people to join, and then we'll get going.
Yep, lovely. We have got the Q&A at the bottom. We've also got the chat. If anyone wants to throw in a hello or say where they're from, you've got the chat button there as well. We have got a few questions in a minute to introduce you all, but if you want to say hello before then, that'd be lovely.
Okay, right, should we get going?
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to this, like I said earlier, this second part of our bite-sized series. And this one today is we're focusing on communicating with impact. So I'm Madeline and I'm an Alto software trainer, and I'm joined by my co-host Emma, who is part of the education specialist team. We'll just say please take some time to minimize any distractions. You're not going to need pen and papers as we'll send the recording, and just relax and enjoy the presentation. And of course, at the end, we'll have some time for Q&A, so you can ask your questions then. Okay.
Lovely. So the first thing we would like to know, said there'll be a moment to introduce yourselves. We want to know what your current role is. So we're just going to pop up a poll for you. And we're going to do a couple of these polls throughout the webinar. So expect something to pop up on screen. But if you just want to select what your current role is, whether you're sales, lettings, or both, just gives us an idea of what sort of content that you'd like from us, really, and who we've got in the audience.
Okay.
Just give it a moment for as many people as possible to click one of those options.
We've got a good mixture. Okay, just give it one more second.
We will share
Perfect.
the results as well, just so everyone can see who's on here.
Amazing. Right, let's share some results.
Oh, it's a real mix, actually, isn't it? That's good.
It is indeed. Okay, so let's get going with our webinar. Okay, so bear with me. Bit of a Today's agenda, we've got enhancing your client engagement. Oh, enhancing the client engagement and satisfaction through well-crafted email templates, and creating your engaging email templates with the emphasis of a who, why, what, when, and how. Oh, sorry, am I having a bit of technical difficulty here? The impact of well-crafted email templates and mastering email templates for maximum impact, where we're going to give a quick short demo. So just a little bit of a recap on your customer training journey so far. When you obviously join Alto, you get all your essentials through our e-learning and our learning hub, which will be sales and lettings, property management, client accounting, advanced education, learning on the go, which is our new YouTube shorts. We've got our Alto activation where you get your logins. We've now got the webinar series. Welcome to Alto Drop-In, which is a brand new session on a Wednesday at 9:30, where you can drop in and ask any questions that you might have. Your one-to-one sessions, of course, are insider webinars, and then we move on to our more advanced and bespoke sessions. Okay, just bringing something up.
Wonderful. So I
I'm having
think
some real technical difficulties.
we're just going to do another quick poll, even get my words out. The one after this, there's only one more after this, and that's towards the end. So right now, how would you rate your understanding of using Alto to its best potential currently? So in just a second, you'll see the poll pop up. And this is just to give us an idea really of where you're sitting with Alto usage. Are you really, really confident with it? Do you feel like you're just starting out and you need a lot more guidance? Just gives us an idea of where you're sat. So between poor, fair, good, and excellent, if you can select one of the four, that would be amazing. And then we'll just take a little look in a minute of what the results are and see what we've got. Normally have a good mix of this with a few people sat at poor, fair, maybe the odd ones at good and excellent as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, so real mixed. Yeah, quite most people then sat at fair, which is good. This is what these webinars are for, give you extra tips and tricks. And a few people sat at good and excellent. That's amazing.
Okay, so let's get into it then.
Right, so my first question to you, Madeline, how can well-crafted email templates improve client engagement and satisfaction? And most importantly, why is this important for estate agency businesses?
Okay. So first of all, it's really crucial to improve your client engagement and satisfaction because this is going to directly impact your client relationships and outcomes. If you're consistent, efficient, and professional as well, it's going to be a massive, massive impact. And you're going to be able to deliver these personalized, relevant messages, which again is going to enhance the engagement. But it also builds your trust with your clients and it keeps them informed and it gives just that great overall experience. It indicates your consistency, efficiency, and professionalism, and the impact on your client engagement and satisfaction. So it's saving you time as well, and it's allowing you to focus on that engagement and that satisfaction. And it also just leads to that improved customer relationships as well. If your emails can be too generic and have poor timing, a lack of personalization, and a need for a structured approach, they fail to resonate with your client and can make your client feel undervalued as well. So it's really, really key not to have these so generic and really kind of make them and provide that impact to them.
I think we've all been in a place where we have hundreds of emails a day, don't we? And actually getting emails to stand out is so important because most emails that come into all of our inboxes, I think we probably just skip over. So yeah, it's really key to have that standing out as much as possible.
Definitely. Okay. So a little bit of industry trends, a little bit of research that was done in regards to communication for estate agencies. So it was found that when more personalized emails are sent with these engaging templates, just the way they're structured, it can actually increase the click-through rates by up to 14%, which is actually a really, really good number. But following on from that, it can also increase your conversion rates by 10% as well. So just not, people just not opening an email, doing nothing with it. You actually find you may get responses, you get these conversions, and it's just such a great impact on your business.
Yeah, for such a small change in just tweaking a little bit of personalization, making things stand out, to have it increase by 14% or 10% is huge, really, but
Yeah,
minimal effort.
really, really, really good conversion. Okay. So a little bit of feedback here from a client. Lovely, lovely feedback to receive. So recently received a personalised email from their property manager about upcoming maintenance, and it included their name, it was specific details, and it suggested convenient times. The email had a compelling before and after images, making the info engaging, and it was easy for that client to understand. And the personalization made them feel valued and significantly improved the satisfaction with the service. So you can just see what an impact that has. And then since she's actually said that she's been more engaged with the communications and trusts the property management more, which is key, is really, really key, is to be able to gain that trust from your clients as well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay.
I think it's really important that you're not sending emails out just for the sake of sending emails out as well. So every piece of content going out to any clients should be specific with data that is, applicable to them in that situation. They shouldn't just be getting an email for the sake of it. So the more we can make it stand out, the better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Over to you.
So next question to you, Madeline. How can understanding the who, why, what, when, and how of email communication, how can we understand?
So really, really another really good question. Okay, so there is these elements of the who, why, what, when, and how is really, really key to when you're creating your email templates or when you're communicating with your clients. So who is definitely identifying your audience. So if you're not sending those generic emails and you're actually targeting your specific area of audience that you need to, it does increase that engagement. And like I said previously before, and I'll keep sort of reiterating it's that value as well. They feel really, really valued because they're like, oh, okay, this is actually for me. It's not just too generic. The why, so is the purpose. So you've got to give that clear objective in your emails. So for example, if you like had new listings, follow-ups, compliance, or market updates, and it also gives that clarity as well. So it ensures that the interest is relevant as well. Okay. Then you've got your what. So that is your content of your email. And again, engaging. If it's engaging content, you're going to get, they're going to look, they're going to read it, they're going to go through to the bottom of the email and completely understand. Even if you're just advertising something, not necessarily an appointment that you're sending out, but if it's some kind of advertisement for new properties or new listings, if it's engaging with imagery as well, they're going to go through and you're going to find that they'll probably click on things and you might get that conversion. Then you've got the when. So it's timing of the emails. So if you're sending emails out at non-specific times, so if you're sending them, say, late at night, people aren't going to open them. They may open them in the morning, they may not. Or you've got to kind of understand the relevant times of day, which are going to create for these emails to be more engaging, to be opened for the conversion as well. And then your how. So that is your design and structure. So again, the clear layout, consistent branding as well, and the visuals to catch the eye of the client. Okay. So
There's a lot that can be learned from just doing your own testing as well, can't there? In terms of when you're sending out emails, keeping an eye on those stats and looking at how many open rates you have, how many people clicking through, and actually learning from that as well and analyzing that data. And you know, it might be different across location wise, wherever you are, it might be that some areas respond differently at different times. And actually learning from your own email behavior is really, really important. And if you've got really successful timings, then try and stick to those. If you've got really successful content, then try and stick with that and actually using that as trends. We've now got another little poll, our last one for you. So how confident do you feel about creating effective email templates using that framework, the who, why, what, when, and how, right now? So what level is your confidence at? And it's okay if it's not very confident at all. And that's what we're trying to improve on here. So you should see the poll popping up now. So just between poor, fair, good, and excellent, what do you think you most sit in? And we've got loads of aid on the help centre and sort of like videos, and obviously this slide deck will go out to you afterwards as well. So don't worry if you are at the poor or fair stage. There's loads of supporting resources there to help you get more equipped with it.
okay, let's have a quick look at these results. So
Okay.
there's a quite little sort of mixture here.
Yeah, real mix. Yeah, it'd be good to get everyone on good to excellent soon. So we'll do our
That's
best.
the goal. That
Yeah.
is the goal.
The end of this
Thank you.
call. No, it'd be good to get everyone leaning towards that way. But yeah, we've got loads of resources out there to just like give you little tips and tricks, which will make a huge difference.
Okay.
So next up, we've just got one final question, and then we are getting towards a point where we will give you a live demo as well and just give you some tips and tricks on that. But what is the impact of well-crafted email templates on estate agency success?
Okay. So just a quick overview of this. Really, really good question. So again, as I keep sort of saying, I've said it quite a lot, is that enhanced client engagement, which again is a really, really important thing because you want that engagement. You want your clients to be responding to you. You want to be carrying on those conversations with them, not just like in regards to, like I said before, appointments, but you know, sort of other stuff. Like if you've got new listings, you want to be able to get that tenant in. You want everything to be run smoothly as well. Again, the trust and rapport, really, really important, is creating that trust and rapport with your clients. It's going to be with that increased efficiency and time saving as well. So it's going to save you a lot of time having these templates created, if they're, like I said, engaging as well. So it's just a quick click of a button, having the template and being able to send it out to them. You're going to have improved client retention and conversion again. So if you notice this word keeps coming up: conversion, retention, engagement, rapport, all these same words keep coming up. And it's memorable. So it's a memorable communication for referrals. So it's going to be, if, for example, you might have somebody that is looking, someone that you know, other people that are looking for properties and that, and you get that referral saying you want to see the kind of communication they send us. It's just amazing. You know, all that kind of thing just for that referral. Okay.
Great. Yeah, you can really see how it all starts to pull together into how these small changes can actually have a huge impact on your day-to-day interactions with clients. So now we've actually got a bit of a live demo for you. So Madeline's just going to quickly swap across to Alto. We thought it'd be quite valuable for you to actually see it firsthand, really, just so you get that extra look in on how to create these email templates and actually just make them a little bit more interesting than maybe the sort of like blank canvases that you've got there at the moment. So over to you, Madeline, if you could take us through that.
Amazing. Just want to check that you can actually see the Alto screen as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so let's have a look at creating your own compelling email template. This will just be a quick overview in regards to how you can do this. So first of all, we need to ensure that it's enabled. So we would go to Tools, Templates and Admin, our System Administration, and then we would go to our group settings. To ensure that it's enabled, you would just see that this template designer for emails is ticked. Okay. When that has been enabled, you'll notice that in your app tools, you will have email templates. So let's create a brand new email template. Go to email templates, and then we would just need to go to our actions button if we were going to create a brand new one. I have one here ready that I can start putting in the bits that we need just to show you how you would be able to add all the content that you would need to ensure that you have a very engaging template. Okay, so let's click on example, and you'll see here I've got a brand new blank template. On the left-hand side is your editing area, okay? And then on the right-hand side, it's split into 3 sections. You have your rows, which is for you to be able to select your structural element of your template. You've then got the content, which you can choose and edit specific content to make the message. So this would include having a title, image, button. So these could be call to action buttons. You can divide content within your email template. You can add in your socials, video content, icons, and you can have a menu, or you can add in text as well. To really finalize everything, you've got your settings. So this is where you can start adding in colors. You can change fonts and everything that you would need to define it for your full message. So to get started, you would need a name of your template. So we're going to call this one Property Works. You'd select which branch it is. So is it going to be for your branch? Is it going to be for multiple branches to use? So you need to decide on that. And then your branding. So what branding are you going to be using on this as well? So here we go, blank email. So what I'll start doing is I'm going to start adding in some rows to start building that outline of that email template. I can choose here, there's different styles of rows. So on the top one, I'm actually going to add in this split row. Okay, so I've got a top one here already set up. Then I'm going to add this one in here. I am then going to just add in another row. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and I can start showing how we put the content in to build this template. So on here, if I go to content, I'm going to make this a title. And in here, I'm going to put in an image. Here, I'm going to add in some text. You'll see me be able to build this out again in 1 second. And then I'm going to have here. So I'm going to put a title. Can easily edit this. See works. Okay, it's entirely up to you how you set this up. In my image here, I want to use my logo. So this is already set up in here. Okay. In my text block, I am going to add in some merge tag text. So these are the main merge tags that you can use within here. So this is going to be for the negotiator address, but I'm going to move this over to the left-hand side. Okay. So here that will pull through my branch address, branch phone, email as well. Okay. In here, I'm going to pull through another image. So I've got maintenance works. Okay. And now you can see here, we're starting to build some content in. So I'm going to start adding in a few more rows. I'm going to add in one like this. Okay, so it's underneath. I'm going to put in content. I'm going to put another image in. Okay, and then I'm going to put in socials here. Going to put Bob the Builder in. Okay. And then I'm going to add in another row because I'm going to put some content in here. Okay. So this one's going to be my text, which will go in here. Now you can see we're starting to create a really compelling email template. So that could be your content. And then you could just add in anything that you wish to add in further. So we can add in some more rows. As you can see, this is starting to really build out now. Okay, so we've got property works as the title. And again, I can change the background on this so I can really make it look bold and stand out. Let's add in another row at the bottom here. There's just put that in there. And then I'm going to add in another image. And add in my awards. Okay. And then finally, I'm just going to add in a bottom row where I can add in some text. So I can add in here, for example, I could put an icon in or a button that's a call to action. For example, I can put a button in here. I'm going to put some call to action. And then I'm going to put in some text here because in there I will have the information for my branch and the negotiator. I'm going to put it over to the left-hand side. So there we can see a very compelling email template. I mean, if you don't like the looks of things, you can easily just remove it out. And then I could take this one out, for example, this, and then I can always put in the image of the maintenance here at the top. So you can see how it's compelling as well. You can choose any background color. So I can have a row background color, so I could switch this on. And this is transparent at the moment. So if I really want it to stand out, you could put green in. Okay. So you can just see how this is really starting to build out. So I could do it again, row background color, change this one to the same. Okay, so you can see it's starting to fill out. Again, change it to the same one. You can see it's a bold stand out. Okay. So, and then you can have a quick look and you can preview what it looks like. If you're happy with it, you can save it. If you're not, you can continue editing it. So you can just click on this X here. Okay. I'll show you that again. You can preview. I can look at it at desktop version and I can look at it at mobile version as well. So you can see how that's going to come out on somebody's mobile if they're opening up on their mobile. So there you go. You've got your content, your rows and your settings, and you can create this compelling, engaging email templates. You can create images yourself. You can use any other kind of apps as well. For example, I've used Canva for this one, but apart from that, you can play around and you can add bits in and you can just make it as engaging as you need it to be. And then this email template will then be saved in your email templates. So I'm just going to show you quickly where we can find them because I'm conscious of our time. Okay, so if I was going, for example, to a contact and I wanted to send them specifically something, I could just go to the email and then I could just find the template that I wanted. So say, for example, I wanted that one, which I'd already done earlier. And that template is there ready. Okay. And there we go. But I mean, there is help center articles, there is extra information on how to create these. It does take, so you can actually sort of play around, like Emma said, and sort of play around and create these templates as well. With the imagery, I've used Canva to put them together, so you can use other platforms to put these together, like free platforms as well. Okay.
Yeah, for putting together the sort of like imagery and the blocks you're adding in, that is, isn't it? Like if you wanted to design your own little logo there or build up maybe a collage of photos and have that as one solid block, then you could use other apps. Right, so are we getting towards getting towards the Q&A section. We've just covered the training options as well.
Okay, so just for a little bit extra, just to show you that there is the extra support there. We've got our Alto Essentials. Okay, so it's getting to know Alto inside out with the core training packages. Your Alto support, so you've got your support team as well that can help you with anything that you're struggling with and raising your tickets. Your Alto Help Centre, again, which is the hundreds of articles that you can find to help you with any specific area you might be struggling with. And obviously, if you're looking for something a bit extra, you can go for some custom training options with one of our trainers as well.
I think
So
it's
here we go.
To start on the help center, isn't it? Like if you've got something that you're struggling with or you just want maybe a little bit of guidance, all the help center articles have step-by-step processes and a lot have videos as well to match. So yeah, don't be afraid to jump on that, and you can actually link that straight from Alto as well, and so it's easy to get to. But we are going to open up Q&A now. If anyone's got any questions for us, or if there's anything related to creating those templates that you just want to actually see in the demo environment, then we can open that back up as well. Have we got some questions here?
We have Jason from a cloudy West Yorkshire asking if there's any plans to improve the look of Alto emails for final recipient and how the system performs for us as the user, so it looks more like Outlook email. There's always developments happening with an Alto, so it's always good to keep in the know. There is actually an area, I think it's within the Help Center, where you can actually click on and be able to see and get upcoming updates of things that are happening. However, showing you this as well, I can say that you can create these compelling with these images yourself and make it look exactly how you want it. Okay.
We've got, can you add the individual property pictures? So correct me if I'm wrong, Medley, I think you'd just be adding that, uploading it from your files, wouldn't you? You'd be looking for the photo that you've got stored on your device, or if you save that in advance onto your device, then adding the image option and uploading it from there would be
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, so that's what I did. You could see that I'd uploaded images into that section and then they're available for me to use. So if you've got the picture stored on your computer, you can just upload it into that image section within the email templates. Call to action options, they can be what you want, I think, the call to action options as well. You can add hyperlinks behind the logos as well. So you can put a hyperlink in and have it behind the logo. So they can actually click on that and it will take them through to a link. There is ways of doing that. Again, like we said, there is that help center to go through those steps and guides. But we also can offer additional training as well to be able to assist you to really, really refine these email templates.
We've got, where do I turn this on as I don't see email templates on my Alto? That will be that first step under settings. Do you just want to get back up the Alto screen so we can just refresh that? Because that was right at the start.
Yeah, so that would be if we go into our tools, our templates and admins, and we go to our system administration, our group settings, and you'll see here it says use email template designer. If this isn't ticked, this won't show here. Once it is ticked, it will be available for you.
And remember, you're going to get this video, well, this whole webinar sent to you afterwards anyway. So if you want to follow it step by step along with what we've just shown, you can do, or look on the Help Centre as well. That has a written step-by-step guide if you find that easier to follow too.
Okay.
We've got, do you have stock images? We don't. I would just be looking for images on your own device, really, because that when you're looking for the photo, it's pulling up from your device rather than pulling anything from Alto. I think when you look at remember, this is customizing and making the emails bespoke to what you would want. So really our basic emails are black and white and they're very blocky, and that's where we're trying to get you to enhance them by adding in your own content just to make it look a little bit more visual. But you can use stock images found online, but it's always better if you can try and use ones that are related to the property, really, or if it's a client going out, maintenance worker going out, then maybe using images that relate to them. And these are templates as well, so you can have as many as you want. You can relate it down to each individual maintenance supplier if you want to. You can have each individual property if you want to. Obviously, the more you have, the more that you're going to have to look through, but it just gives you that option to set them up ready. Jason, I mean, for just general emails, not for templates.
Okay, let me go back to his original question.
Yeah. That's the plans to improve the look of Alto emails for the final recipient. I mean, they're improving, they're making changes on Alto all the time. Everything's constantly improving. And a big driving force between all of their improvements is making it look slicker, making it less cluttered, making it look a lot more modern, I guess. So not any active plans as in that there's something going to be happening in the next few weeks or the near future, but it is constantly developing, so you will see that just improves and improves.
Okay, so we've got Susan. How do you personalize the emails? So in regards to personalizing them, you can add in when you're sending them out. So for example, if you're sending the bulk ones from the property management area, you can actually add, there are available merge codes as well, where you can actually personalize them to that specific client. There is no way of doing that if you're just sending it from that actual contact. You would need to add in their name yourself, but you can do it through the bulk as well. I hope that answers that question.
There is an article as well on the Help Centre, just when we mentioned merge tags, that if you search merge tags on the Help Centre article, it will give you a list of all the merge tags that are available. So when you're creating these templates, you can add in merge tags, which will then pull through data that's already set up. But there's only a sort of a certain amount that are available, so it's good to know what's there. And just in case there are some there that you haven't realised you could be adding in without having to manually do it.
Okay, just a couple more questions because we're at time and we've got something exciting. So to ensure that everybody sees, we will come back with these questions as well. We can follow up after the webinar. So I'm just going to answer the next one. How can we access the webinar videos at a later date? You will get sent the recording of this webinar, but it will also be available on our training YouTube channel as well as of Monday. Okay, so I think we've run out of time for questions, so we will personally come back to these questions as well, and obviously send out some answers. But as we said, there is extra training available in regards to the email templates as well, if you feel that you need it. And there is a lot of information on the help centre, which will be provided in the links to that will be provided in the email that comes out to advise you of the recording. Okay.
I
So
will be putting myself in there. I'll answer. I've just got the link for getting started with email templates from the
thank
help
you.
well, and there's some other there is other articles on there, so you can have a browse on related articles. But you can access Alto Help Centre through Alto by clicking on the help button at the top. But yeah, I'll pop that link in as well. I'll do it in the chat actually, so then everyone can see it.
Okay, amazing. So if we have run out of the time for the questions, but we will be looking through these as well and ensuring that information is provided post this webinar for you. Okay, so let's go to ready. Now over to you, Emma.
Yeah, so this is really exciting. We've got this prize really that can be won if you spend just a moment and giving us feedback. So all you have to do is scan the QR code that's on the screen. Don't worry if you don't have your phone on you right now. This will be sent to you, so you can do it once it gets sent to you. We've got a monthly prize to win a free on-site training day for the team. And this is worth £996. So it is a huge prize. We've actually only got one other webinar, last webinar, attendees in this prize draw as well. So there's not a load of people, so it's worth doing. And I would just say that if you do manage to win it, especially if you are winning it for for your team, your manager's going to be really pleased with you because that's a massive prize and it will just give you all of that bespoke training. It doesn't just have to be on obviously templates, it can be on anything you want to cover on Alto when you have that free day. So yeah, if you can scan the QR code and leave us some feedback on this webinar. And it also helps us just be able to curate the content so that it's really exactly what you need and make them better every single time you can watch them. We run these webinars every 2 weeks at the same time. So yeah, make sure you sign up for future ones.
Amazing. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. We hope you have a lovely Friday and a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a fortnight's time.